And kind of one thing led to another, and Shaq was like, bro, why don't we just, why don't we pop off with Death Row?
Death Row in the house.
Death Row could be bigger than Motown or Sony or Warner Brothers.
Death Row is going to be the biggest record company there is.
And then the next picture was like this crazy beach and all this. I was like, damn. So I just hit him up like joking on Instagram with a DM like, yo, bro, you got a place for me on that beach? Like, I'll come grow for you, what's up? And he was like, actually, bro, we need to talk to you, so.
We won't have to worry about the executive producer trying to be all in the video, all on the record, dancing. Come to Death Row.
Yo, what's up, everybody? We're back, man. It's first smoke of the day, episode 79. Today we got a special guest in the building, my man. Smokers LA, man. For any of you guys that don't know, my man AK, man behind the scenes from a lot of different things that you guys probably don't know about, but you'll find out today. Yeah. But first, before we get into it, my bad, I got to give a shout out to some people who I said, yo, if you sign up on the Patreon, I'm going to shout you out. So you already know I'm going to go through the list of names and give everybody a shout out to Kanchana from Thailand. Shout out to you, man. Remy Low Nose. Shout out to you. Valley Flower. Shout out to you. Red Lion. Shout out to you. TrippyVibes.ig. Shout out to you, big dog. Tommy Langan. Shout out to you, big homie. Nyla Premium. JD Laritzen. Down South Exotics and Hudson Exotics NYC. Shout out to you guys, man. Come on, we always do what we say and come through. Appreciate you guys supporting the show. Without any further ado, episode 79, man.
Oh yeah, bro.
Appreciate you coming on and making time. It's been a big day for you today.
Yeah, it's been a crazy day, bro.
Appreciate we want to talk about it and highlight it, man, for real.
Man. We'll get to it for sure.
You blessed us with all these lighters. We've been rocking nothing but these lighters. Like that was smart because I swear every single episode has a smoker's lighter on
man,
it.
Every stoner needs a lighter, bro. Like that's the clutch thing. I'm always short, so now like I try and bless everybody.
Bro gave us the whole rack. Dude. Was like, here. Shout out to Fidel's too. Yep. He gave us these in the beginning.
Hell yeah.
And we've been rocking them ever since. And hey, look, you give us free gear, free swag, we're going to represent.
Hell yeah, bro.
Appreciate you, bro.
Legends,
I got my hoodie and too.
Yeah, good shit, bro. I'm glad.
Yes, sir. I'm a big fan of the brand. And before I met you, I tried the product.
Hell yeah.
Knew of the product. Big in pop-up scenes, big, doing your thing for a minute. And tell us about this strain though. I feel like this is what really put the brand on the map or got the brand known to the general folks.
Yeah, dude. So the strain is, look, I guess to start off, like, shout out to Deep East. None of this stuff, all this hype stuff, like, yeah, you're rocking his shirt right now. Like,
my dog,
this is all because of Deep East, So from the get, man, when Wizard Trees and I got those seeds, we popped them, we ran through it, we did the pheno hunt.
Hold on. You and Wizard Trees got these seeds, man. We might have to go back. We might have to go back a little further then.
Yeah.
Bro's in a circle of some super growers from the Legion of Doom, man. Wizard Trees, man. You. That's, and amongst your other network, that's when you first told me this, I was like, damn, that was not what I expected.
Yeah, no.
At all. So tell people like.
Yeah, look, it goes way back. Like you want to really go down to like the deep nitty gritty, bro. An old friend of mine, basically, like, I'm from Seattle originally, right? So born and raised in Seattle, was up there, went through the whole medical scene, did the whole bit, had my own dispensaries, own grows, the whole 9 yards. That market, as many know, is like the worst rec market in the country, period, at this point. They messed it up pretty bad with the way they set it all up.
You don't hear a lot about it.
It's gnarly, bro.
I feel like a lot of people don't know about. I don't know much about it.
Yeah, Washington's a tough market, man. It's a very tough market. We were one of the first, right along with Colorado. You know what I mean? So we got hit with a lot of strict rules. So it was tough, dude. It was tough to make it up there. So anyway, doing the thing up there, and long story short, you convinced me, like, yo, dude, like, LA is where you need to be. This is the epicenter of it. This is right, basically, like, what, 2018, 2017-ish, like right before California went rec. I can't remember. I think I'll be in LA 5 years in February. So in a month, it'll be 5 years up and down here. So I came down kind of like on the tip of like, yo, come down. We're working at this dispensary. Come help us. Like, you actually went through and took it from medical to rec. Like, come help us out and let us, do this whole bit. So man, I listened, thankfully, came down. We were hanging out. When I came down and decided, I basically like, I drove down. I got a dog, bro. It's like my whole life, my boy Cash. And my whole deal was like, yo, man, if the dog can't roll, like I'm not moving. You know what I mean? So I literally drove down from Seattle with the dog, stayed for a week, ran through a bunch of stuff. That's when I met Wiz and I with this mutual friend, you know. We're all working together, the three of us. And that week went great, man. Drove home, packed all my stuff, came straight back, you know. So shortly after that, you know, that friend, Rob had blessed him. DPs had blessed him with those seeds. We started a project together. We ran through them. I think it was like 88 beans that we ran through. Yeah, we went through it, man. The first one that I remember is like, I remember going in the room and clocking the 54 and basically coming out and just being hyped because it just had this, like, it just reeked of Z early on in flower. Like the 54 just got that stank to it. It's got the Z, the heavy sherb. So I came out super excited, you know. Wizard Trees clocked the 11. That was his selection. And then the third one, which ended up being the Shirazi, was the RS3. That one, man, like for me, like at the time, like I was the heaviest smoker of the group. And I was like, yo, dude, like, cool, I get it. It might not hit 3 light. It might not check every single box, but it's got this flavor like for the smokers side of boxes, you know, like no pun intended with the brand, but like on the smokers side, from a smoker's perspective, like that was my favorite. You know what I mean? I didn't care if it was going to yield. Like, I'm like, whatever, bro, I'm keeping this one. You know, it's going to be solid. So yeah, I tucked it to the side, bro. Kept it on ice. You know, Wiz obviously blew up with the RS11, the 54, all that stuff, you know. The same time we did that pheno hunt, we also did the pheno hunt that produced like the American Pie that went out under Wizard Trees, all that stuff. So yeah, it was interesting times, man. But that's, you know, that's the whole get up from A to Z. Again, big shout out to Rob, dude. If he hadn't done that, you know, like, you know, wouldn't be the same.
Straight up.
Like, the scene would not be the same right now, bro.
At this point, it's going down in time as like a famous seed chase right there. That 88 beans, the Rainbow Sherbert line.
Yeah, man.
And you got RS11, Studio 54, and Shirazi.
And Shirazi, yep, for sure. Absolutely.
And that was the number 3.
This is the number 3.
Out of 88.
Out of 88. Yep.
Crazy.
Yeah, man.
And then now that we're seeing, bring it back full circle, like, you know, Wizard Trees, he's doing more seed chases, finding more from the RS11 selection and all these other ones.
Yeah.
You guys are doing your and there's just so much dope unfolding from all these things, all these events.
It's yeah, man. It literally like how can I say it, man? Like a funny way to say it would be like it seeded a massive wave, bro. Like that's what it was. Like it was a seed in more than one way. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It blew a lot of stuff up. It put a lot of us on the map. It gave us an opportunity to like, yo, man, the thing that all boils down to is like, we love terps. We love the weed. This was some fire ass weed, bro. Everybody fell in love with it. We do it a certain way. We got certain standards and we wanted to show the world, and like, you know, the universe made it happen, dude. So, again, you know, like I was telling you earlier, bro, it's blessings on blessings right now. I'm thankful for every little bit of it. It's been a wild ride, and I feel like it's really just getting started, you know? So
that's a big part of it too, is just having gratitude.
Yeah, bro. Look, man, when I came down from Seattle, bro, I had 2 bands and I was couch hopping, you know?
See, and this
Life's
is what
a lot
I want.
different, bro.
This is what I want people to hear.
Yeah,
right here,
dude.
the
And
nitty-gritty.
you know, post that is after putting together, like, I wasn't broke before I came down. I put everything I had going from medical, the rec. It was a complete show at the beginning in Washington. It was tough, you know what I mean? Like, we were super underfunded, but we were banging out, and, you know, we were up there with the big dogs for a few months, but then like it wasn't worth it. You know what I mean? Like, I started doing the math and I'm like, damn, bro, you know, I got to go somewhere else where you're worth more, basically, you know? So, and had the homies convince me like, yo, come down. Like, I think his exact words were like, let's make hay while the sun shines. And I was like, all right, bet, you know, I'm coming.
For real.
So yeah, bro.
Man.
So
for anyone that knew that timing and to go hard during it, like, man.
Yeah, man. It hasn't been easy, bro.
A lot of life's about timing.
Absolutely, bro.
Because you could consider timing as like luck. Like when people are like, I guess I just got lucky. It's like the timing was right.
Yep.
You know?
Exactly.
It really comes down to
man,
that.
It's preparation and opportunity meeting together. You know what I mean? Like,
and then just being with the right
knocking
people.
It out, bro. Yeah, dude, being with the right people is huge, and having the same vision, and, you know, trying to pump the same direction. And look, man, I'm a firm believer too, where like, if you're good to the plant's good to you. Every like big
Damn.
major thing I've ever done in life, bro, like cannabis brought me here. Cannabis brought me right here to this chair right now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like cannabis has brought me a lot of crazy places, bro. A lot of good places, a lot of bad places, you
Same
know,
for
but you know, yeah, dude, cannabis, you guys just got to be good and real with the plant, dude. Like I get it. Some dudes have, you know, been growing and smoking for years and whatever makes them anxious, this, that. So they stop. But like, look, bro, if you're going to be this deep in this game and you're going to try and come out and say you're grassroots or you're this or you're that, like, I hope you smoke weed. You know what I mean? Because automatically, like, doesn't like necessarily automatically mean that like you're not cool or this or that or something silly like that. But like,
At least
people are going to feel
taste
some
it.
kind of way about it. Like, how are you going to tell me this is fire? Because like 80 of your homies told you, you know what I mean? Like,
It looks
especially
great,
like
'cause
if
it
you've
looks
never
great.
smoked before too, and you don't know, like, how do you personally know those nuances and this and that? And then like, you know, beyond that, like on a grower's level, it's like, how are you going to select, bro? You know what I mean? Like selection, there's so many things that comes into cannabis that boils down to touch, bro. And you can't teach touch. Like you either got that or you don't. And there's certain things in cannabis, like smoking it, you know what I mean? Or have smoked it in the past at the very least, you know, and really understanding it. Like, I think that's a prerequisite, dude, to be able to say that like you're solid at making selections, you know?
Or you know what good weed is.
Yeah, or you know what good weed is, bro. Like for all they know, it's like, I don't know, dude, it's green, it got me high. It's like, nah, bro, like this ain't whatever, you know, random shit you smoke. It's
like you
not
said,
like that, you know?
We're getting into the nuances.
100%.
You
For
know,
sure.
And that one, the one that you selected, it is something different, man.
It's different
like,
for sure, man.
I couldn't believe it when you told me it was from the RS line.
Yeah.
I was like, this had to be, you know, in my head, I was like, this is just something different.
Yeah. I mean, look, so
and not
like,
that it's like those, but I just couldn't see it coming from that line. I'm
Right.
like, damn, that's just crazy. That totally different than RS11.
it's sweeter, like brighter, sharper than the RS11. The RS11 is the gassy end of the spectrum. So I think from our three selections, the RS11, the 54, and the 3, like the 11 was the most like gas OG dominant. It grows OG. You know, it's got the cotton balls. It does the
Totally.
whole thing, bro. It grows just like OG. And the 54 was like the more sherb dominant. So it was a little bit sweeter. You could smell a little like Z background in it, but like definitely more sherb dominant than anything. And I feel like this one was the most Z dominant, you know? And like the whole world, bro, everyone's
Yeah.
chasing that Z terp. Like,
I love
you
it.
know, we're in
man.
the same
Yeah.
boat. I know you guys love
Yeah.
it. Like I'm a huge fan of it, you know?
The taste just transfers so well.
Yeah, dude, it's hard to
just
beat,
like
bro.
tasty.
It's
I'm
hard
not
to
a
beat.
big LCG candy guy, as I know a lot of people are.
Yeah,
But I feel like the taste transfers better on Z when it's done right.
absolutely, 100%.
Don't you feel, you know? It's
100%.
like- same with Zoap.
For sure.
Blue Zushi too.
Yep.
I'm into that shit, you know?
Yeah, bro.
like
It's all about
and
the
then I'll
terps,
mix
bro.
that with some candy, you know, like and do my own
I'm a
little,
fan of the blends too, man.
yeah,
That's a
do
big-
it. You know,
for sure.
kind of do. It's like I was telling someone earlier. It's like you mix your own cocktail.
Yep.
It's the same thing.
Yeah.
the weed. Like
Well, it's like being a little
you-
kid at the pizza shop and hitting the graveyard on the soda machine. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, exactly.
same deal.
Exactly.
You're ripping all
Everyone
the way down
did that coming
for sure.
up.
I mean,
Make your own soda.
yeah,
a
make
little
your
bit
own
of this, a
soda.
little bit of that.
It even translates in my opinion. My favorite place to see that happen is when people are making hash. You can make some of the
Yeah.
craziest blends doing that. You know what I mean?
That's the
And
cool part about hash
Yeah,
that people
bro.
get to do.
It's amazing, dude.
And it really does blend like to the literal sense.
Yep.
So you don't have to
Hell
like
yeah.
do it yourself. It's already like
No,
pre-done.
Yeah,
you know?
it's done. Exactly. You just got to be able to taste and understand it and have a
Yeah.
good palate. And, you know, I think a big part too about like having a good palate, being able to be good at selection is you got to understand more than just what you like. You know what I mean? Like,
Damn, get into that.
yeah. Well, look, so like, you know, the homie Christian, part of the Chaliques, right? These guys, they love the biscotti, bro. Very popular strain. It's a fire cut, you know, obviously a big staple in the industry, whatever. Like I personally, I can't stand that terp, dude.
I'll be honest. There's
It's
as
not
much
for
as
me.
I like it, a lot of people don't like it.
I don't like it, bro. It's got this like, I don't know what it is for me. I don't
and
like
if it's
it,
not
but
done really well,
it's very
it's one of
difficult.
those that's
Yeah.
like totally out
I
the
like
door.
the smell of it. I like the look of it, but just for me on the flavor and the effects are great too. Like I love how strong it is.
Yeah.
But for some reason, like on the flavor, bro, I don't like it. I don't like tomatoes. I don't like the taste of biscotti. Like it's just what it is, you know? But I know those things that I don't like and I can identify them and I can still enjoy the weed, even though it's maybe not my favorite terp profile. But when I smoke something like that, I'll understand that like, yo, these homies that have the opposite palate and the opposite taste preferences as me are going to love this shit, you know? And being able to understand that combined with the effects. And then on top of that, understanding like from a production side of things, a cultivation side of things on like, yo, is this something, you know, like, does it check all the boxes, you know? A lot of people just think boxes are bag appeal, weight, potency, all that stuff. But no one thinks about like, well, what's your, leaf to calyx ratio? Like, is it easy to trim? Is it easy to pluck? Is it going to be a nightmare? You know what I mean? How does it clone? Like, it's got to check all those boxes
many
too.
weeks
There's
is it?
layers, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, again, I think that also circles back to like, if you don't know weed, how you gonna do this? You know?
And you're one of the guys, you're one of the few guys that you know what good weed is smoke wise, and you smoke good weed.
Yeah.
Like if I come up on you, I know I'm gonna be able to smoke some good weed.
100%.
You grow fucking good weed.
Thanks, bro.
You know what it is to grow good weed.
Yeah.
And then you know branding as well too. I like your brand. I like what you do. I like what it's about. It's simple. It's simple, but it's elegant and it's timeless in its own sense, and it's true to you. It's true to your personality, which I feel all brands, if they're true to the founder's personality, you typically translate well. So how do you feel about like the guys that maybe like aren't growers and stuff like that like they curate and like they know the palette and this and that? What do you feel like their ability is?
I mean, I think that really boils down to like how long you've been smoking and what have you been smoking on? You know what I mean? Are you in it for the plant, or are you in it again? Like, are you doing this because you love weed? Like, look, man, I never did any of this weed stuff to be cool or to make bread. Like, it all just started from a fascination with this plant. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So dudes that have passion like that, Doge, he's got passion.
Yeah.
Their whole gang's got passion like that. Those guys are all real smokers. You know what I mean?
And
So-
the thing about them too that most people don't know is that like they get to the best batches and then they get a lock on those batches.
100%.
It's a lot about access too, and it's a
Yeah.
lot about who you know
That's
and
how
how
the
well
11
they
became
like
the
you
11,
and
you know what
your
I'm saying?
abilities, right?
Yeah,
And why do they do that for him? Because he's got the ability
100%.
to pop shit off, you know. And it's just interesting to see. Like, I know everyone would be happy seeing this, knowing that you are a grower, you are a smoker, like
Yeah.
you're, grassroots guy
sure.
that came down here chasing something. And then I'm glad to know that you literally came down here with your last $2,000. Like, that's how real it was for you to
Yeah, bro. Yeah,
jump out, leave home,
for sure.
take your dog, and be like, "We're going."
We're dipping, bro. I literally loaded my car and bounced, dude.
And you're,
you know,
and it's crazy. Like, your adventure hasn't stopped there; it just like kept going on and on. Because as I was catching up with you a little while ago, you were basically telling me how, look, if I can't bring my dog, I don't go, and all.
Yeah.
And you're committed to that, and it's like you go to Florida, you're running cookies,
Yep.
head grower in Florida cookies.
yeah. VP of
Big
cultivation,
accolade,
yeah.
bro.
For
Big
TRP,
accolade.
yeah. Shout
And
out
that's their
TRP.
first legit grow.
Yeah, it's the first one that's
Facility.
actually been under it. Yep, for sure. Like, I work directly for TRP Co. You know, they own 9 of the cookies and lemonade stores here in SoCal. I think we got close to 30 nationwide. They got the Florida deal locked up. We got the first store open in Miami, the facility up in Central Florida. We can dive deeper into that for sure too,
Yep.
you know. But yeah, man, great group of guys, bro. Like that's been one of the biggest blessings in the last couple of years, you know. And it's ping pong, man. There's been a lot, man. It's been a wild ride the last 3 years, dude. Like, COVID aside, like, it's just yeah. I would have never imagined any of this. Like, when I left Seattle, like, I didn't, you know, to think about where I'm sitting at right now 5 years ago, I would have been like, bro, fuck you, you know, like, you're tripping, dude. I'll work hard enough to get it, but you know, like,
Hard to see it.
it's crazy, man. Yeah, for sure, dude. I mean, look, Seattle's a small town too. So it's like, I thought the city of Seattle was big, and it's like, yo, Glendale's bigger than Seattle, you know? So now I'm like, damn, like,
I've never been up there.
bro, there's 7.5 million people in the whole state. And like, we got over 10 million just in the city of LA. You know what I mean? Where we're like 30, 40 million, something like that in California. So it's like, coming down here, I was like, damn, I got to take 4 freeways to get to work. Like, it was eye opening. And the scene was the same thing down here too, dude, between the medical things and, you know, it's just a way different scene down here. You can't, you know what I mean? Like, down here, warehouses are a dime a dozen. There's all these things like, bro, in Seattle, if you got 20 lights back in the day on a trap, like, you were balling.
You're the man.
Like, it was big deal. You know, it's kind of like similar to what Florida was. Same deal, dude. Like, they weren't as strict as they are in Florida on us back then, but like, it still wasn't cool. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. But still 20
and,
lighter.
Yeah, and
you're
to go that big, like, you're pushing
big
it,
shit.
dude. Yeah, you're pushing it, you know? So to come down here and just see, like, oh, damn, like, now I really understand, like, this really is the epicenter of this thing. Like, this is how it gets done. This is what's up. And like, you know, just take into it right away too. I was like, all right, cool. I found my home, you know?
And you fucked around and got with a group of people that were like well on their way to like being stars of this shit. Like,
Yeah,
like
sure.
staples, you know,
For
like
sure.
people that aren't going anywhere.
Yeah, man.
People that got real IP that are soon to probably be getting paid millions of dollars
Yeah.
just for what they know though. Truthfully,
Yeah,
you know,
I mean,
it's
look,
like,
yeah,
because
100%.
it really does translate, because not many people are growing good weed on that commercial scale, you know,
For
the
sure.
high level scale.
It's not easy, man. Scaling's the hardest part about coming up in weed. You know what I mean? As long as you don't have to do any of the background bullshit in the rec game. Like when I did my deal in Seattle, man, I had partners and everything, but like that whole thing was on us from A to Z, from getting the license all the way through. And like I quickly realized, like at that point, I'd scaled, you know, from garages or this or that with the medical scene, and it was like, bam, we're in 120 lights. It was a big jump for me. And at the same time, I made that leap with business too. Now I'm dealing with state people. I'm dealing with this. I'm dealing with that. Dealing with, you know, getting all of our accounts set up, delivery, packaging, like the whole 9 yards. You know, you're basically a full blown manufacturer and you're a farmer. And I remember realizing, like, you know, 6-8 months into it, like, damn, bro, like there's nothing easy about scaling to this level of growing this many lights, coming from like a 20 light scene to 120 lighter, like that. There's nothing easy about that, you know? But in the grand scheme of that whole situation, like that was the easiest part. All the other shit that I had to learn and figure out, and like, all right, cool, let's get SOPs. Like, you guys got to be hitting this many bags an hour when you're packaging. Like, make sure it's only 5, you know, the whole 9 yards of like really digging into it and making sure, like, cool, I know what good weed is. Now, do I know what good representation, like, how do I present this? Am I going to give you a bag with like 22 nugs in it to make an eighth, or am I going to give you a bag with 5 nugs? You know, and then like, how do we line it up? Like, there's a lot of things where like I never thought about, like, how do you run a manufacturing facility? And at the end of the day, like, that's what it is, dude. So when you start learning, like, you know, how to start implementing those processes and like make it efficient, and you're running on razor thin margins, like I learned a lot, man. You know, I got a 2-year brutal, like, throw to the wolves education in Washington when I got that thing spun up. So by the time I came down here, like I was ready to go. I understood it. I did it myself. You know what I mean? Like I went through the ringer with all of that, bro. You know, let alone like all the stuff that anybody's been doing this since before it was cool to do it has gone through to do it and maintain doing it. Like, you know, it's not an easy road, man. You know, and it's not, it's, you know, there's no rest for the wicked in this game, bro, for sure. Like, if you don't get after it like that and you don't keep going every time, like you're going to go up, you're going to go down, bro, every time. And like the beauty about weed, bro, is you get to try not every 90 days. Like that's just what it is. If you got a spot, you got a light, I don't care if it's a closet, you know, like whatever it is, like you can always send it every 90 days, you know? So there's always new lessons to be learned, new situations, like seen all kinds of crazy shit, bro. And the things people do for this plant are insane, bro, you know? So yeah. I think people see guys like Wizard Trees and Doja and Deep East, myself, Burn, all these dudes, and they don't realize, like, you know, it's one of those like must be nice, and it's like, nah, bro, like it actually wasn't. You know, like I earned this. You don't get to see it. Like I don't carry it with me, but like, I promise you I earned this, you know?
Yep.
It's not just all hunky dory, like, you know. Most of all the guys I just mentioned, bro, none of us got mommy and daddy money, dude. That's all stuff that we ground and done it from the ground up and either paid for ourselves or gone to people that have believed in us and gotten put on, you know what I mean? So it's a lot, man. And it's not easy, bro. I'm an independent guy too. Like, you know, I've been doing it since the medical scene started. As I was of age, knocking it out, doing it in Seattle, then coming here for the medical scene, transferring into the rec scene. So like, I've been there for the whole thing, you know, starting as a young kid, 16, like, yo, what are you guys doing? Come help me trim my weed, bro. And I'll give you guys a zip. I was like, oh, okay, cool. I've never seen a plant before, you know, and pull up and go do the whole bit. So,
what was your first time smoking weed?
First time smoking weed, bro. I was 16. I used to play football, wrestle, do this whole bit. I injured my back weightlifting, went to the doctor. And at that point, man, I was still square, right? Go to the doctor. They prescribed me like Vicodins and a bunch of bullshit. So they give me like a month's supply of these Vicodins, right?
You were bent.
I come back in like a month and a half, 2 months, because my shit still is killing me. When I ate the Vicodins, like I didn't like the way it made me feel. So like I literally still had half the script left. The whole 9 yards, right? Didn't want them, still had them, like, you know, didn't do some hustler shit and sell them and make some bread, whatever, you know? So I go back to the doctor and I'm like, yo, whatever you gave me is not working. I brought the pills back with me, the whole 9 yards. And this lady, man, like, she tripped out, started being like, yo, you're in here, drug seeking behavior, yada, yada, yada. I'm calling your coach. I'm calling your parents. I'm doing all this shit, and just like tripped the fuck out on me, you know? And I was like, bro, are you kidding me? Like, I've never had a sip of a beer. I've never smoked on a cigarette. Like, I'm as square as it gets. Like, I got straight A, or what's up? Like, what's this all about, you know? And so at that point, like all my homies had already started smoking. Everyone was just smoking, drinking, doing their thing. And I remember calling my homies just being like, bro, I'm dying in pain right now. You guys keep telling me like this is medicinal. what's up, bro? Come grab me. Let's go burn, you know? So I went, we had our little smoke spot in the woods up in Seattle. And like back then, like the move was for us, like we're Washington, bro, apples. We're famous for apples. So like the apple pipe was like the first 2 years of me smoking weed was either one of the 8 of us knew how to roll a joint, or like one of us would just snatch an apple from the store and we poke our holes and be ripping it out of an apple, you know? So yeah, man, 16 and a half or so, I went, ripped on this apple. My back fucking felt great. And I went through this like whole, like, you know, kaleidoscope of epiphanies in my head being like, these motherfuckers, bro, like this shit isn't anything about, you know, like it actually does work. This shit actually helps. Like, I don't feel crazy. I don't feel weird. I feel great. You know, like I feel blessed to be one of those dudes that like, even from the very beginning, like I'm very functional when I'm high. It helps me focus a lot. You know what I mean? So from then on, dude, like in the morning before school, every day, every other day, it started like once a week. And then you know how it goes, once a week, couple times a week, every day. Yo, let's go find the best weed. Like this weed sucks. Let's find the good weed. And at that point, like I said, I was a square, right? So my older brother, I have one older brother, he's 10 years older than me. Him and all of his homies smoke too, but they never let me see it because I was a good kid, right? So word starts getting around in town. They're like, yo, you know, like AK's, my brother's initials are the same, AK, right? So it's like AK's little brother's smoking, whatever, yada, yada. So like people started tripping out and finding out like, yo, what's up? You're smoking? And then like, that's how I got introduced to fire. So back then, like Beasters, the BC bud dominated the market in Washington. You know, the Northwest, like all of it. It was either you got like the leftovers from NorCal or you were getting fresh stuff from BC all the time. So that's all I was smoking on, you know? So yeah, one of my older brother's friends came, saw it, and he's like, no, you're smoking now? He's like, all right, look, if you're going to smoke, let me show you the difference. Like you can't smoke shit like this. You got to smoke shit like this. And then he brought me the first homegrown sack I'd ever seen, dude. It was a Durban Poison Cross. They call it Purple Durban. Tastes like straight grape Skittles, bro. I wish I still had it. It's one of the ones that I lose sleep over not having anymore. But that's honestly like the first cut that they gave me a name in the industry, dude. So I got introduced to this whole situation. And then from there, like at that point, I was just reading in forums, man. Like I was cracking out on the forums. I was reading books. And like, I'm a great reader. I have good reading comprehension, but I'm so ADD that like I hate reading. You know what I mean? And so that was one of the moments for me where it was like, dude, I was reading, 6-7 hours straight on these forums, going back and forth between like, Jorge Cervantes's books and like all these other books and stuff, and reading literally till I got nauseous. And I was like, damn, man, like you couldn't pay me to read some other shit. And this stuff, like I can't stop reading. Like I'm like getting sick. I'm like, doing the piss dance because I got to pee, but I'm like stuck reading a paragraph that's really interesting. So I don't want to go. And so that's kind of like, at that point, like I realized, okay, all right,
lean into that.
I'm into this. You know what I mean? Like I better keep hammering on it.
People need to do that.
Yeah, bro.
Because like if you don't feel like that, you should probably keep looking, right?
100%, dude. 100%.
I know it's people cliche, just set up because they want to be free from the search. Yep. Because it's tiring.
It is, man.
And it'll run tiring. You down quick because you think this is it, and then you're not feeling it, and then you don't know, am I quitting? Am I just being a quitter, or am I not into this?
Yo, what up? It's Blackleaf. I'm here at Grow Generation, and guess what? Drip Hydro's storming the market. All the best growers I know are switching to it, and guess what? There's a reason, because it's preserving terps. I keep hearing that, preserving terps, and that's why we're here with Sunshine, facility advisor, facility manager, overall the man with Drip Hydro. Listen to why it's different, man.
What's going on, guys? Sunny here with Drip Hydro. Thing is, at the end of the day, we just wanted to make a simple, clean, cost-effective nutrient line that nobody has really seen on the market right now. Nobody uses really our chelation formulas. The micronutrients that we have pulled to make this line is really just what makes it overall, bringing that consistency and quality back to what we want to see in growing herb again. And overall, at the end of the day, it's still really light on your wallet. It's a 5-part nutrient line. And again, if you're not staying sterile, or you have a big facility and you don't want to run rock wool and you want to run a mix of cocoa with an enzyme or something, you don't even have to run flow with it. So at the end of the day, it's just saving you money on your wallet while bringing the consistency and the quality of terps back. We wanted to bring the terps back and bring the soul back to growing.
Versatility, cost effective, and quality. I mean, what else can you ask for? Drip Hydro, first smoke of the day, Blackleaf approved. Peace.
So we got a special offer for you guys, whether you go in person or you order online, any Grow Generation, over 60 nationwide retailers. The code is FIRSTSMOKE10, and you're gonna get 10% off, an additional 10% off your already discounted price. Use the code FIRSTSMOKE10, tell them the First Smoke family sent you. They're gonna take care of you.
support the show, hop on the Patreon. We got new shows dropping. We got Off the Mic. We have so much stuff in store for you guys and stuff dropping every single week. Hop on the Patreon for Smoke of the Day.
New shows, checking in with Pat Gods and Blackleaf. We're doing a live each month and a lot of other shit.
Off
we
the
haven't
mic.
told you guys yet. Make sure you get on the Patreon. We'll see you guys soon. Peace.
Exactly.
How do you think you knew the difference?
Man, I that's what's like that. What I just explained to you was like the beginning of what sparked me thinking it was good. But I had a lot of situations, dude, where I'm like, damn, bro, I just burnt so much bread and just took all this risk and did this and that. And like, I just fucked off so much shit. And you go through exactly those questions you just asked me. Like, am I going to quit? Like, could I keep doing this? And bro, I think again, it all comes back to the plant. If you love that plant enough, like for me on a daily basis, since I started smoking and especially since I started growing and had that experience of like, damn, I grew this from A to Z and I'm burning it and it's fire. Other people are enjoying it. You know what I mean? Getting that validation from others where it's not just me, like thinking I did a good job, you know, like from that moment on, I was like, all right, well, smoking weed's going to be a problem for the rest of my life. I got to make sure that like I always got weed to smoke. So when I started growing weed, like the first purpose of growing weed for me was to make sure I always got weed to smoke. You know what I mean? So like here we can grow 6. Anywhere that I go, like, you know, obviously I have my medical card in Florida, so I have access to weed there. But like, you know, that's one of the things where I'm like, man, am I ever going to quit? Like, dude, if tomorrow, like someone gave me 10 Bs and I was like, all right, I got all the bread to never do anything ever again in the rest of my life. Like I probably still end up growing weed because I'm picky about what I smoke and I want to make sure I got fire to smoke, you know? So I think that's what it is, man. And for me, that's how I knew what the difference was. Like, I love weed that much. So it's like, yo, man, like, I know I can do this better. You know, things go up and down. Farming's farming, bro. A lot of people forget that. Like, we're growing a plant. This is agriculture. It's farming. Things happen, you know? And you just can't give up, bro. I think that's another big key is like, you just can't give up, you know? Especially when like, you know, again, going back to blessings, dude. I remember being 16, going through this and starting to read these forums and dream about getting my first grow and doing all this stuff and thinking to myself like, man, like, you know, I really like this, but there's no fucking way that I'm going to be able to do this without going to jail. And like, you know, I'm not trying to really let like, you know, being a rebel, doing all that sounds great, man, but I'm not trying to live my whole life like that, you know? So the fact that like from then until now, cannabis has gone where it's gone and like we're legally allowed to do it. I'm putting up huge grows in Florida with these guys, you know, I'm consulting at all these crazy things back in the past, like different stuff. Like it's insane, bro. As a 16-year-old kid, I would have never dreamt that this would have actually been something like that was a real opportunity that I was spending my time on. You know what I mean? So in that sense, bro, again, like super blessed that like the world went the way that it went and cannabis has garnered some of the freedoms that it's garnered over the last 15, 20 years, you know, and made it so that like I can actually do this, man. And like tell my parents about it, be honest with my family about it, not have to, you know, not have to stress every day. It's a blessing, dude. It's that simple, you know, super thankful for that.
Tell us about, you come down here, you get with Wizard and everybody. You guys are having a hell of a run. What happens after that? Because smokers didn't exist at that point, correct?
No, smokers didn't exist at that point. No, we were all just going full blast on Wizard trees, doing his thing. Scotty took it to the next level on his own, did his own thing. And it was one of those situations where it's like, you know, it's all love, but you got your own thing. I'm going to create my own thing. We just built all this hype together and like, you know, let everybody eat. You know what I mean? So like, you know, as you know, I don't know if any of the watchers know, but the viewers know, but you know, Scotty and I still to this day, we own a nutrient company together, MP Cali Pro Nutrients. That's what him and I both use to grow all the nugs that you guys have seen. Everything you guys have seen that's gotten hype, like it's been that from the get. So we still work closely together on that. You know what I mean? It's all love, dude. It's all love, dude. Doge did his thing off of it. You know, DP's got it. Like DP started the whole thing and you know, blessed the whole situation. He took his blessings from it. Like, it's awesome, man. It's, you know,
I think it's important. It's an important part of cannabis history when powerhouses get together and don't even necessarily know what they have at the time, but they just know we're working together and it's going to be good.
Hell yeah. Yeah.
You know, it's going to produce something special.
We all got together again over the same thing, bro. It always loops back to the plant. Like all of us really, truly enjoy it and are passionate about fire weed and, you know, smoking good shit. So, when you got that as the core of anything, I think you got a good shot to make it work. You know what I mean? And when you got people that are hustlers, natural born hustlers, bro, like, dude, in 6th grade, bro, I was going to the drugstore. My homie shows up one day after school, shows up to my house, and he's got these flat toothpicks that taste like cinnamon. And he starts telling me about these things. And I'm like, yo, what's up with this shit? He's like, oh, I get cinnamon oil and a box of flat toothpicks from the drugstore. I soak them for like 2-3 days. And then like I pull one out and chew on it whenever I want, right? So this is like 3rd, 4th grade, bro. I was young. We were in elementary school, and I'm like, all right, bet. So
this
I'm
was like a national thing, too,
I'm
by
like,
the way.
my mom, you know, like, oh, really? I had no idea, bro. Yeah.
Sure.
So this kid just showed me randomly at school, you know? So the next thing I know, bro, like I'm in McDonald's, and I'm like, yo, man, I see these straws, and like, you know, my dad smokes cigarettes, smokes like tobacco pipes and stuff growing up. So he always had a Zippo on him, you know? And I'm like, bet I could fucking cut these straws up into like 3 pieces and go soak these things. It'll cost me like $4. I got that from my allowance. And then I can go to school and I can bop these little things like a 5-pack. I can sell these things for $0.05 a piece. So I can get a quarter for every one of these things. And then my ass is going to the arcade on Friday with the homies, you know? So that's like, as far back as I can remember, like I've been hustling since then, bro. And I never stopped. You know what I mean? Both my parents are entrepreneurs. They're both like, my family's Persian refugee family, you know? Speaking of which, bro, shout out Masa Amini.
Absolutely.
The situation in Iran right now is fucked up. I don't know if anyone's watching that, but you know, if you are, please help them spread that word. Be a voice for those people. They need it. They deserve it. My parents came through on a similar situation, got chased out of Iran during the Islamic Revolution, ended up through the World Relief Fund landing in Seattle. Both my parents are entrepreneurs. My dad's a contractor. My mom's a seamstress. So my mom had her alteration shop. My dad was swinging a hammer since I was a little kid. So, you know, I come from a hustling background. My parents came here. You got to imagine, like, my folks were wealthy in Iran. Like, my uncle was the Shah's royal photographer. My other uncle was like top dog general in the military. Everyone got stripped of their shit just based purely on religion because we're not Muslims, and got chased out of the country, right? So imagine, like, my dad goes from being a baller, doing, you know, big electrical work on oil rigs, working for all the oil companies, the oil refineries, all this stuff, killing it, to literally like nothing but 2 suitcases, the clothes on their backs, a pregnant wife, and, you know, an 8-year-old son, and basically gets bumped out, ends up landing in America out of nowhere. You know what I mean? Just like I just explained. And, bro, my parents just hustled their way up, you know, using their hands and their knowledge and the things they knew from back then, and brought it back, you know? So, you know, seeing that growing up and understanding, like, you know, as much as you can, like, I still don't understand it to this day, you know, like I'll go to my pops, something bad happens, and they'll be like, you know, come back to me when you had to do this and reset your whole life and move to another country. You don't speak the language. You don't know any. I was like, all right, bet. It puts everything into perspective, you know? But I definitely attribute, like, my hustling comes from that. It comes from my folks and how hard they worked and what they did to get here and make it happen and put my brother and I in a position to, you know, to take advantage of all these opportunities that America offers. You know what I mean? So
It's a different type of hunger.
it's a hustle thing, bro. All those guys that I just mentioned to earlier, Doge, Dio, Wiz, they're all hustlers like that, bro. You know, they could be rich as fuck. They're not going to be sitting around doing nothing, bro. I guarantee you they're going to go crazy if they're not still hustling, you know? And that's something, again, that like you can't teach anyone, bro. You either got that grind and you got the grit where, like, when things go bad, you can pick back up and keep it moving, or you don't, you know? But it really is that simple, bro. As cliche as it is, like, the bottom line is, bro, just keep it moving. You know what I mean? You got 2 choices. It's binary, bro. It's 0 or 1. It's die or move on. You know what I mean? So, like, I don't want to be miserable, bro. You know, things in life can make you miserable like that. But if you pick yourself up, bro, dust yourself off and keep grinding, believe in yourself, and, you know, make sure you got good people around you, which is not easy to do. But, you know, go through all those trials and tribulations to where you start to understand how to spot good people, spot headaches, and make the right choices, you know, then the universe starts to align, bro. Like, that's what it's been for me. This last 5 years for me has been insane like that, you know, and the only constant, bro, is that no matter what happened, the next morning I'm up. I'm trying to figure out how to grow some weed. I'm trying to figure out how to get this stuff out there. I'm trying to figure out how to make sure I can keep smoking fire weed. You know what I mean? And that's really all it boils down to, dude. You do that, you build a strong team, and then it's all up to you from there, you know? Pretty straightforward, bro. You just can't fucking quit, you know?
When you were starting to do your own thing, what made you come up with it, you know, SMKRS?
Yeah. So, I mean, that actually goes back even farther, dude. So when I got here, before we got to that facility, when Wizard Trees and I popped those beans, I got introduced to the homie Ed from Snoop's Premium Nutrients, right? Yeah, Nutrient Company with Snoop, still my brother to this day. He's a good friend of mine. He introduced us to Art from Hawthorne. And
Come on, man. Shout out to that boy Art.
Bro, my brother, you already know, dude. My brother.
Shout out
Don't
to
be
that
digital,
boy
bro.
Art.
I love
Come
you, bro.
on, man.
So
Give him
those,
his
those
flowers.
guys are my brothers, bro. You
Give
know
him his
what I mean?
flowers, boys.
So those guys, long story short, put us in a position to have that opportunity to make those things work. And at the time when I met up with Ed, I rolled into his house one day and there's this Persian girl, shout out Renegade Piranha. She was sitting there rolling up blunts for Ed, which in turn were, gonna get taken to Snoop. So her and I met at that point, going back and forth with her, and then yeah, man, this name, bro, this is her, bro. She came up with this name. I went and told her like, yo, I got to come up with the brand. She came up with the brand identity, the whole deal, She put me on game to that. So mad love to for her that. Yeah, smokers would not, the idea behind it was definitely from her. That's where it sprouted, I'm creative, bro. I really am creative, but at the same time, like at that point, I was like, I don't want anything to do with this, bro. Like I just want to grow weed. And that's what it boils down to.
You needed something fast. You're probably under
yeah,
the
bro.
gun
And yeah, she
had
came
to make
through,
moves.
She came through clutch for me for sure.
People a lot of the times want things to be perfect, but the perfect situation is when you move with urgency. Because then at that, you're gonna, what do they say? Fail fast, fail forward.
100%.
Because you need to know.
Yeah, dude.
All right, that doesn't work. That doesn't work. Okay, this is
100%.
You need to know, and the only way you really know is by doing it, experience it. Someone can tell you, but until you go through it,
man, experience is the best
trumps all.
And the most important teacher, man. And the other thing too, man, is mindset. You know what I mean? Like you talking about like failing forward. Everybody can do it, but you can't do that unless you look at the silver lining and you're able to find the positive in a negative situation. You know what I'm saying?
That's a hard part.
That's
Keeping
what it is, bro.
Positive attitude.
You got to look at it and find something, bro. And it might be as simple as what you said, like, cool, now I know not to do that. And you got to understand and respect it. Like, cool, this lesson that I just went through, this money I lost, this whatever just happened to me, this crop that I lost, whatever it is, like the lesson in it is this. And I just paid for that lesson. You know what I'm saying? That's it, bro. You didn't pay for a college course. You decided to go, you try to go to the school of hard knocks and you got knocked. And that's why it's called the school of hard knocks. You know what I mean? You got to be able to take that knock, get your ass back up and learn from it, take the positive from it and move on, So, yeah, man, that's
something that stuck with me. What my boy said is, he said a lot of the times when some bullshit happens, I ask myself, does it surprise me? Like, am I surprised it happened? And most of the night, like 99% of the time, it's like, no.
Yeah, nah, bro. You're conscious.
And if you're not surprised, then it's like, just accept it, move on.
Yep.
You can't do shit. There's no other options.
100%.
But that's so easy to just sit here and say it. I just want everyone to know, like, we all struggle with that.
Hell yeah, bro. All these things are easier said than done.
So hard.
You know what I mean? For sure. Very difficult.
But if you can do it and get better at it, like things get better. I know
you just got to get 1% better every day, right? That's what a lot of people say. Just 1% better every day. 1% better every time you do something like that. Like, as long as you're learning from something, then, there's some positive to it, bro. You just got to reapply it the right way the next time, man. Like, don't touch the fire twice if that shit burned you. You know what I mean? And I like that if you're surprised, bro. Yeah, because sometimes I'll be like, man, what the fuck? And then, if you do think about it like that, you're like,
I asked him, I was like, there's a lot of people that have screwed you over and like you're still friends with them. And it's like not that he doesn't care, but like it doesn't bother him. Like legitimately doesn't bother him.
Yeah.
And it's like whether they got him in like a fucked up deal or they directly borrowed money and like never like, different things, right?
Yeah.
And he just told me, he's like, yeah, well, I did it knowing they were them and it doesn't surprise me. So I'm not going to hate them. Like I did it ultimately at the end of the day. I was the one that said, yeah, I'll do it. And
hate's a heavy thing to carry in your heart.
Yeah.
Bro.
And he's like, at the end of the day, I'll just be bitter, and that's what happens. Like, that's what, for me personally, like I've carried a lot of that hate. And it's like, it'll definitely make you a better person. It'll make you just like mean and like not someone wants to be around. So it's fucking, you seem to have a positive attitude and a go-getter spirit. Like when you're making your moves and you're coming up with the brand name and all this stuff, what type of timeline are you working on? Like you found a new spot, you found some new people. Like how'd you make it work?
No, man, it was all kind of the same thing. And it's like, I already had most of what was going on, you know what I mean? So it was more just like shifting the narrative on the backside and putting something out and creating it, man. And like, I've been waiting a long time, bro. Like people are like, when are you going to launch? When are you going to launch? And it's like, dude,
loading.
Couple things out. Like I put enough out to like let people know I'm there, But yeah, man, it's like the same reason I waited so long for this to happen, bro. I was like, no, it ain't the time, bro. I got to focus on getting the work done. I don't want to come talk about the work I've done yet. Like, I'm still heavy deep in the grind and really like trying to get 2 feet to stand on, make some shit happen, you know? I guess enough to be proud of myself too, you know what I mean? Like, make sure that it's something that I'm happy and like proud of, honestly, to come and share it, you know? And otherwise, bro, I'm just another grower, dude. Like, I'm good, I'm great, but I hate like the master grower name, like that honestly is like one of the most offensive things you could call me, bro.
It's been played out.
You know, like I like, even when it was okay to call, like I've never liked that term, bro. Like if you're not learning some new shit in the last spot, bro, I've been growing a long time, like over 2 decades, right? And like the last 3 to 5 years, I've learned exponentially more, bro, than like than anything else I've done. And I've been through all of it, bro. Soil, cocoa, hydro, NFT, like you name it. Like I've gone through it. I tried it. I've done it. But like the level that things are getting to right now are insane, bro. And I feel like every week I'm learning new shit. You know what I mean? You got guys like John Slavlab who put Wizard Trees and I onto like irrigation tech to begin with. You know, shout out P2.5, John. You know, guys like that, you know, that have been lurking in the background and are doing big things that make massive difference. When you want to talk about being able to produce good weed on scale, like those things become, you know, they're essential, bro. If you don't have those things down, like you're not going to get it. You know what I mean?
Not many are doing it.
No, bro, you got to constantly keep learning. I think a lot of it, like I said earlier, is touch. Like, for example, for me, bro, I've always had this weird sensation when I walk into a room or even into a facility. Like I walk into the front room and like you can just feel if something's not right. You know what I mean? There's the obvious shit where it's like, oh fuck, there's water. Like our joke is always like, bro, you burnt the pizza when you're fucking overflowing your res and shit. We joke around when you burnt the pizza, you know? But like those ones are obvious shit too. But like you can just walk in a room and be like, nah, man, something. And then you start digging, you start tinkering. And based on all those previous failures or, you know, all the homies around you's previous failures, you start to be able to pick those things out. And like, I don't know how to explain it, dude. You know what I mean? But
high intuition. You
just walk in and you know what I mean? When you're in tune with it, you're in tune with it. Like, don't get me wrong, we're human, bro. We miss shit. You know what I mean? Like, I'm a great grower, but I don't think I'm anywhere close to the best grower in the world or anything like that, you know? But I strive to make it better, bro. And with weed too, bro, like it always boils down to like, you're only as good as your last crop. I don't care if you've been hitting it for 20 years,
I think
bro.
That's what like the homie Jordan from Blueprint said.
Yeah, bro. Like that's true, bro. No truer words have been spoken as far as cultivation goes. Like, great, you hit it out of the park for 20 years straight. Like, you know, it only takes 1 or 2, maybe 3 bad runs, like, you know? Yeah, dude.
And what's this next one going to be like?
Yeah, bro. That's what it is, you know? So, you know, it's all, you just got to love this plant, bro. And all the rest of it comes through.
As you're getting your shit together and stuff, how'd you come up with the name and just the whole theme play?
For Shirazi?
Yeah.
So, like I said, my family's from Iran. We're from the city of Shiraz. So a Shirazi is one of us, you know?
Yeah.
And so, you know, like this picture that's on here is a monument that's inside of Shiraz.
So
like it's
dope.
all
That's
local to Shiraz, you know what I mean? So it's all effective to that. And like, for me, this is kind of paying homage to what my parents went through to get me here. It's like, boom, here you go. I brought Shiraz and put it on the map for you guys in the US in my own way.
That's crazy.
You know? So it's just kind of a shout out to my family and a shout out to the struggle that it took me and my family just to get here and be able to put this opportunity together to like do something like this. You know what I mean? So that's really what it is, bro. Just being true to the family, you know?
That shit caught my eye from the jump. Before you had the die cut bags.
Yeah, bro, we switched it up like, for sure.
And I wasn't educated on what it really was. So that's dope for you to share. And then what led you to the cookies group and how'd you navigate that deal? Just knowing that, you know, it's always a lot of industry talk and shit. I'm sure you had some doubts going into it, like how, you know,
absolutely,
how to go for you and, you know.
I mean, so that one, I got to give a shout out to Christian. You know Christian and Malik from TRP, the guys that run our QA/QC?
I don't.
So Christian's on there. They're coming out with the Chaliques, their hash hole situation. They're smokers like we are, man. So basically the guys at TRP, most of them are heavy smokers too, all the way up to the top, you know, but they know that these guys got their finger on the pulse for what's hot, what's not. Doge was doing his thing. The RS-11 was blowing up. We're obviously attached to it. So at one point we all went down there together. Doja, myself, Wizard Trees, we all pulled up together down there, talked to them. As a group, it just didn't really make sense. You know what I mean? 6-7 months later, it was actually a picture that the homie Dan, our president at TRP, put up he was down in Costa Rica, bro. They took a video of this dope ass grow, all brand new, all state of the art, looked sick as fuck, nice ass store. And then the next picture was like this crazy beach and all this. I was like, damn. I was like, so I just hit him up like joking on Instagram with a DM like, yo, bro, if you got a place for me on that beach, like I'll come grow for you. You know, what's up? And he was like, actually, bro, we need to talk to you, you know? So that started the conversation. One thing led to another.
Damn, that just goes to show
You know?
never hold back on
Yeah,
hitting
bro.
them up. Because you said
I was just saying, what's up,
you
bro?
were shooting
know?
a shot, but you were hesitant, I'm sure. Like,
Yeah,
oh,
no,
should
I wasn't.
even
I was literally I was stoned, bro, and I saw it, and the shit looked dope, and so I just cracked a joke because I thought Dan was cool.
Then he
We
hit
met
you
up
back.
with
You had
him
to sit up in your seat
right
real
away,
quick.
bro. You know,
Like,
like
hold on,
I was
man.
like, damn, all right, you know.
So where to go from there?
You know, from there, so basically at that time, so Dan's like, yo, come on, what's it gonna take? You know, like what do we got to do to get you on board? Like we just basically want like an in-house consultant that can help us with this design build stuff as we get into cultivation side. And we want someone that grows good weed, you know, and like we know you check all those boxes. So like, what's up? Come work, you know? At the time, the homie Ed and I from Snoop's Premium were in negotiations with Snoop, trying to set up the first deal with Snoop to do a deal with him, do some genetics, some other things. And I was literally like playing tug of war between, you know, the two groups. I was like, fuck, bro, like this is crazy. How did it, like all of a sudden, like, you know,
Crazy.
like, well, I'm dealing with who and what, like Cookies and Snoop at the same time. I'm like, all right, man, this is wild, bro. So yeah, long story short, like at that point, the deal didn't make sense for Dog and it didn't work out. And I ended up taking the job with TRP. That was about, you know, a year and a half, 2 years ago, going on 2 years now. And yeah, man, I've just been grinding hard for TRP. We got the Florida situation set up, like I mentioned, out there in DeLand. Like the facility's massive. It's like 44 acres and some change. I think just shy of 400,000 square feet of building out there right now. You know, we've got just one small like that. It's 400,000 square feet, but it's split up into 7 buildings, right? So the first building that got built out down there is 10,000 square feet. It's about 180 flowering lights. We're working about halfway through building the next 800 lights, right on the same lot. And that thing's gonna be crazy, bro. I think it's probably gonna end up like 6,000-7,000 lights when it's all said and done.
What?
You know, and then we still have like once all that's built out, like if we want to go hard, like we can either build another building because there's 17 acres of flat buildable space still, or we have enough space to blow out 17 acres of greenhouses. You know, we just kind of got to see how things play out. So.
Are you guys going to test greenhouses out there?
Yeah, absolutely, 100%. Even for biomass, I mean, we've
Like
seen
more
some
of
guys
like a light assist
yeah,
situation?
light assist, yeah,
or
100%. Light assist, and,
fully
doing
like
it right.
environmentally controlled type
Absolutely.
deal? Like,
Yep, all the bells and
I mean,
whistles.
that'll
you
work
know?
really well in Florida, in my opinion.
It does
I mean,
good.
There
I
is a
mean,
lot of rain and shit here and there, but
for sure. I mean, look, our plan
the
is
humidity is crazy. But other than that, right?
yeah, for sure. And look, it's all about finding things that fit your zone, right? So, like,
Yeah.
I'm blessed to know, you know, a lot of
Genetics.
different genetics guys. I know a lot of different breeders, seed makers. My counterpart on the extraction is Marcus from Nature's Labs Extracts. He's also
Wow.
plugged in deep on the genetic side as well. So like between Marcus and I, we can get a lot of beans, you know? So like we got plans on popping beans like into the tens of thousands type situation that we're working on right now. And the idea is like, let's just find something that works here for here and go deep on this pheno hunt and really dig it out and, you know, do it right. So yeah, man, hopefully we can find some stuff that's, you know, mold, rot resistant that can deal with that high humidity. But I love it, bro. I love the hunt. Like to me, bro, it's like I'm a kid in a candy store. You know what I mean? Like that makes me more excited than anything else. Hunting new flavors and like, you know,
What do you think about DeLand?
DeLand's interesting, bro. It's a crazy juxtaposition coming from LA and then going
Totally
to DeLand.
different. There's
you know?
no
I was
one.
like, yo,
you're like, where are the people at?
like, what is happening, bro? I'm at the swamp. I'm at the beach, and then like I'm in the cut in LA. All of a sudden, it's like, you know, it's been interesting to say the least, man. It's cool though, bro. You know, one thing about DeLand, like, there's funny quirks to DeLand. You know, like the Waterboy was filmed in DeLand. You know, so like that's always funny.
That's
I love
funny
that
as
movie.
fuck.
Shit's hilarious. You know, and then like the food's great out there. The people have been nice so far. You know what I mean? It's just a lot quieter. So
yeah,
I like it, man.
a little bit tranquil for you.
I like it, bro. Yeah,
You bring the dog with you?
I don't, man. He's getting old now, so I can't roll with him
Damn.
like that, you know. But I got my good homie that's been with me from the beginning in the medical days, bro. Like through a lot of crazy shit. He's here, he handles all my affairs when I'm out of town and stuff. So
Hell
and
yeah.
Cash Dog's known him since, you know, he was 6 months old. So it's like I'm good, bro. That fool's out there partying and chilling. But yeah, shout out to him, bro. I couldn't do that shit without you. Like he made it a thing, you know? The guys were tripping at TRP too, man. I was like, I don't know if I can take this job. And he's like, why?
I remember you told me that.
He's like, well, what's up? I'm like, bro, my dog. He's like, bro, are you fucking serious? The dog? And I was like, yeah, you know? And like, since then, like, he's gotten a dog and now he's like, all right, I get it. You know, like, but yeah, man, you know, that's my homie, bro. You know?
How to come full circle with Death Row Cannabis and everything you guys got dropping? Talk about that drop today.
Man, yeah. So yeah, dude, crazy day today, bro. Actually, bro,
big
I got
day
something
for my man
you,
AK holding
I got
it
something
down
for you, bro. So, look, man, you know, Ed blessed me and put me in the position to meet these guys and do all this and make it happen. The homie Shaggy is Snoop's sound engineer, like one of his main sound engineers, recording engineers for like I think 14 years now. He's been with him so since he was 19. He's 33 now. And Shag was also the guy that like that would basically QC the weed for Dog, right? And then on top of that, you know,
dope.
you know,
That's an interesting.
He wants to be like, you know, if Dog like really doesn't like it and shit, and he's you know most likely just won't say anything, but Shag will let your ass know, and Dog would trust him to be like, yo, bro, this is whack.
Saying it.
So like, you know, he spent a lot of time with Dog, has a great relationship with him, obviously, and you know. That's how it kind of came back. Like Shag was instrumental in the first deal that Ed and I were doing. Ed's obviously got his deal with them. So it came back, them asking me to basically curate some strains for them for another brand. And kind of one thing led to another. And Shag was like, bro, why don't we pop off with Death Row? It was good, man. Like I'd already kind of primed some things beforehand. Cause as soon as he bought it, I was like, bet this is going to be the one right here.
It's so dope that he got
this will
that.
work, you know? Yeah, it's sick, bro. He's coming back around and handling it, bro. Like,
it's just like such a timeless play that
sure,
he could
bro.
bring that back into play is like through all these different outlets and then boom.
It's motivating, bro. It's motivating to see that, you know?
Talk about the drop today. You guys dropped today.
Yeah, we came today. So that's what I actually got something for you, bro. And I want people to realize like it is what it is, bro. This isn't just like your you know, same old shit. This isn't like the celebrity gimmick situation. Like my whole goal with Shaggy and the homegirl that's helping us with this, Tiffany, like there's two goals. The first goal is to get rid of that stigma that like all the celebrity weed is bad. Like celebrity weed doesn't just automatically equal trash.
Snoop Dogg ain't no regular celebrity, man.
Exactly. And goal number
really
two,
been living it.
And more importantly, goal number two, bro, I guess it's kind of they blend together. Goal number two though is doing right by Dog's name. You know what I mean? Those are big fucking shoes to fill.
Right by the dog.
I don't take this shit lightly, bro. Yeah, it's Death Row, Dog. Like it's the whole thing, right? And Death Row's its own thing, bro. Like obviously Snoop bought Death Row Records, and that's his entity and the whole 9 yards. But like, you know, he made it clear to us that like, yo, bro, this is Death Row. Like, cool, I own it, but this is Death Row. It needs to stand on its own 2 feet, do your thing. But bro, either way, whether it's Death Row or it's Snoop Dogg and it's West Coast, and like we're getting the opportunity to represent something like that, bro, you have to come correct. Like if you're not going to come correct, bro, like I'm going to end up tucking my tail and running out of this industry. You know what I mean? So look, this is what I did today, bro. I pulled up, I was at the drop today in San Bernardino Cookies, and I wanted to bring you guys something, bro. And so what I did was like, you know what? I'm just going to bring these guys the whole lineup so they can have it. So this is the whole Death Row lineup right here from San Bernardino Cookies. You got Trop Cherries. You got to have OG. We got a fire ass SFV OG.
The LA Runts.
We also got a pheno of the Strawberry Gary, and then like
SFV
you said, the
OG.
LA Runts. So this is the real deal, bro. Sealed, bought at the store, brought to you. So when you smoke
Strawberry Gary, you like that one?
It's fire, bro. It's like strawberry bubblegum. It's dank.
Oh man.
Yeah, man.
Trop
I want you guys to
Cherry.
see the real thing. Like I didn't just bring you, you know, the grower's head stash or like, yo, man, let me cherry pick these nugs for you. I bought that shit straight off the shelf and brought it to you because
straight
I want you guys to know that like
you did too.
That's what it's gonna be, bro, and that's what's gonna be on the shelves, and that's what people can expect when they pop.
What's
pop
the
a
dog
Death Row
smoking
bag,
on?
You know,
what the dog say his favorite was? Did he try all these?
He hasn't been through it, bro. He's like, just show me what's up. Show me you can do it. You know, we left some for him today, so we smoked some with Cordell. Shout out Rook Cordell. He liked it. You know, it hit the spot for him today, so we got his approval, bro. You know, I think that's gonna be Dog's favorite though, man. But I can't speak to it. I don't know.
Death Row Records powered by smokers.
Yes,
that's
sir.
big, bro.
100%, bro.
Bro, you're a real American dream. you know, and your story is inspiring. I'm sure it's going to inspire many people
Yeah. Thanks,
seeing
man.
this and shit. And
Yeah, dude.
it's just dope to be able to connect and you know, you be able to put it out and you be open to it, getting on camera and all these things.
Yeah,
like,
man.
I know you're a low key
It's a lot.
guy. and
Yeah, bro. It's
you're
a lot,
real
dude.
humble dude. And it's cool that we got to, like, this really happens organically. You know what I mean? All these fucking episodes, like it's just humbling. So, man, I love the product. Everything you guys have been doing is fucking amazing.
Yeah, bro, we're cruising. We got a lot of shit in the works.
That's
too,
what I'm
man.
saying.
We
Tell
got
us
breeding
about it, bro.
projects rocking, dude. I got a bunch of stuff. Like, we're gonna come hit hard. Like, the next 6 to 9 months, you'll see a bunch of new flavors come in. You know, Smokers is dropping Friday the 13th in Miami. Like I said, I'm situating a couple contracts and a couple rooms that I can start running here in LA, so I can get the Razi and the 11 and a couple other things that we're working on the lineup out here. But yeah, man, this next year is going to be a big year for Smokers, a big year for Death Row Records, Cannabis. Like, we're going to be coming with some heat, bro. I don't even want to, like, I'm not getting into the strains and shit because I don't want to let the cat out of the bag, bro. I just want people, like,
You on the hunt?
we're working on some crazy shit.
You
You
on
know
the
what I
hunt or
mean?
what?
You know? I'm on the hunt. Yeah, I'm on the hunt on a lot of levels, though. I'm
You
on
need
the
to-
hunt, like,
Snoop,
you know?
Snoop needs that OG,
Bro, like,
OG, that real kush.
when I- you
It's
know,
only right.
Yeah, man, I got his attention at the beginning, telling him that, like, yo, bro, like, these genetics and stuff that you're licensing with and doing that stuff. I'm like, you don't own that cut. You know, that thing's gonna get hyped, and then whoever has it can do whatever with it in any situation you put yourself in. Like, let me create things that are yours. I'll create them for you. We'll find them, hunt them for you. We'll have him help us select. You know, so like, we're trying to do it right, man. We're trying to do it right from the ground up. You know, so. That
Shout
shit
out to Uncle
shit
Snoop
takes
Dogg,
time,
man.
bro. You know,
That man takes care of a lot of people.
bro.
Like, just looking out, you know?
Blessed for
Crazy.
Ed, Shaggy, Snoop, the whole 9 yards, bro. Like,
Yeah,
it's
dope.
again, man, blessings on blessings. Like, sometimes you gotta pinch myself and be like, damn, bro, this is really it. You roll down
Straight up.
with the.
You were just
know?
at the dog pound before here
Yeah, bro.
with Snoop's son. That's
That's why
crazy.
I had to make sure Cordell liked
It's
the
crazy
weed,
too
bro,
with his
you know?
son. Like, that's how much time has went by. It's crazy.
Right. Yeah, man. Shout out to him. He's a beast in his own right, bro.
Yeah,
You know, Snoop
absolutely.
Dogg's son or not, like, he's a savage, bro.
Yeah, straight
Getting
up.
it done.
Well,
Yeah,
shit.
man.
What's next for Smokers, man? You guys are you're taking it. So by the time this comes out, you'll be dropped. Go support the man in Cookies, Miami.
Hell yeah.
Pull up,
Pull
get
up,
you some
for sure.
Smokers. It's coming from the Cultivation.
Mm-hmm.
Coming from the Cultivation, the man himself. You got a great team over there. The head grower over there too
Bro,
is like really knocking
I can't
it
say
down.
enough about my team down there, bro.
Yeah.
Like, we got to get into that a little bit too, bro.
Yeah.
I put that team up against anybody, bro. Hands down. From my manager, Danny, you know, our guy Connor down there, he came on board, bro, early on before Danny came on too. Dude's never fucking grown weed in his life. And I just threw him in the shark pit and he fucking crushed it, you know? So, and he's still grinding, getting it done for us. We got Nick taking our cuts. He bounces back and forth from here. He's a savage on the propagation side. Now we got Sammy as well, who's local, came over from another group down there. She's right on par with Nick. They're working perfectly together. You know, one of our biggest secret weapons is the homegirl Angie. As an IPM person, I'd put her up against anybody in the country, bro, if not the world. Like, the reports this girl sends out to us, like, I can't explain to you how good this girl is at her job, you know? Another blessing down there, bro, especially in Florida. That shit's hard.
Crazy
dude,
talent
you know?
pool.
Crazy, bro. So, and the best part about all of it is they all get along, dude. You know? The homie Jordan just picked up and left, like, doing his thing, but he's like, bro, just let me come mop the floor. I'll come work for you. And I needed one last slot to fill, and we filled it with Jordan. He's crushing it out there. Yeah, bro. The whole team, dude. We got, you know, Connor and Brandon are both veterans too, so a lot of veteran focused things, and we got a lot of homies in there, man. Doing the thing, bro. Now we're hiring locally, making it happen. We've had trimmers that came out from here, Harvest Pros, hooked it up, came out, helped us out there to get started, you know. So yeah, man, it's been crazy, dude, but you can't do any of this stuff without a team, bro. Like, none of these guys are doing this stuff without teams, bro. It's all about a team. Oh, here we go. Moment of truth, bro. Straight from the shelf. Which one is it?
Some LA runs.
They're hitting at great price points too, bro. The LA runs hits at retail is 40.
Hey,
The OG also 40.
shout out to Uncle Snoop, man. Showing love.
You know, and the
Strawberry Gary.
The Strawberry Gary's dank, bro. That one's at 30, bro. It's a steal. Both of those are a steal, bro. The Strawberry Gary and the Trop Cherries at 30 it's stupid, bro. We'll be coming with heavier, more expensive stuff too, but like we just want to put it out and like just make it known that it's fire at a good ticket. Like it's not, you're not gonna get a $60 bag of boof in the death row bag, bro. Come pull up. It's gonna be indoor dank. It's gonna be something I'm gonna want to smoke. If myself, Shag, the guys at Cali Supply Co., Red, Evan, Rob, the boys over there, guys like Ed, if they're not gonna smoke that shit, you won't find it in a death row bag. It's just not gonna happen. So yeah, man, we're excited about that. We're excited about that for sure.
Okay, the SFVOG. I know a lot of people want that OG.
It's a slumper, bro. It's clean, original.
Is that what you smoked
solid
with
cut.
Cordell?
Yeah.
Yup. Some gas in there. Let's fucking go, man. Got a
What do you
lot of
think?
shit going on.
You
I
think-
like it, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it. And for the price point, I mean, that's amazing. So the bags are dope. They make a little chain.
Yeah, bro. It's a pendant. You can rock that shit if you want.
You know what I mean? Can rock it.
Keep the bag. Keep
where
your
can
weed
where can
dry.
everybody find you at?
Man, right now, Smokers LA. Look out for Smokers Florida too. We're gonna start that page next week. Focus on all the drops.
Go
in
support
Florida,
the man if you're in Florida.
Yeah, absolutely, bro.
Holler at my dog. He definitely
sure.
knows what fire is.
You can check us the MP Cali Pro situation too. You can holler at Scotty or Wizard Trees or through there. You guys want to get up on the salt? Like we're there. Holler at us. That's who you're gonna end up dealing with. So we're happy to help you. Make sure you guys, whoever comes through gets what they need off that. And of course, Death Row Cannabis, bro.
Boom.
Holler at Death Row Cannabis, So,
Death Row Cannabis, my man.
Yep.
Making it happen.
Hell yeah.
And Cookies, Florida.
Yeah, bro. Cookies Florida, Cookies Miami, TRP Co, Cookies Retail. If you guys stay on there, you guys get to see what I'm doing across the country, bro. We're about to get into a bunch of states with TRP too, bro. Like the TRP train's really starting to move as well. So it's about to be crazy, man.
Big movement from a big group.
Yeah.
Well,
gonna
shit,
be
man.
wild,
We're
bro.
rooting for you, and
Hell yeah.
we appreciate it, man, for real.
Likewise, man.
Nothing but love
For
and
sure.
respect.
Likewise, bro.
My
Appreciate
man,
it.
AK Smokers.
Thank you guys. Hell yeah.
Episode 79.
Hell yeah.
It's first smoke of the day. We're out.
Yo, welcome to the Diamond Mine, the diamondmine.la, California source for boutique genetics, powered by yours truly, Blackleaf. And you know what that means? That means I'm bringing my best genetics into this. I'm bringing stuff I've been hiding, harboring away, stuff I haven't wanted to let out. We're bringing all that into the diamondmine.la, and we're going to offer that to California. Go on our website, hit the newsletter, and see if you could rock with us. Get on board with some of our genetics and change your garden. The diamondmine.la, powered by Blackleaf.